Okay, so we can see the opening.
And now, no, I'm really curious to see the Dogmatica Invoke Shadow. Our friend Il Fornaio
Yes,
told us.
there as well. Yeah, it was one of those decks which is kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people, but I think it's strong. And especially in this particular matchup, if you open Winda, that's game.
Yeah.
Literally. No better way to say it. He doesn't play any out, but unfortunately, he loses the die roll. So Vincenzo is the one who is gonna start. And he's gonna do so with a normal summon, as always, of a Prankids into Meow Meow. We have seen this plenty of times. It's just gonna be whether he has Ash or Gamma to stop this. Let's see. He does. Ash Blossom comes down, and as we have seen plenty of time this week, and this could be the end of the turn for Vincenzo, but he has Pot of Desires. Okay. Interesting order there, yes. He prioritizes his Prankids from resolving, which is not that obvious, I think. Sometimes it's worth getting Ash on the Desires.
Yeah, because on one hand, you maybe want to get Ash on the Desire. I can understand that you can maybe sometimes lose the targets, as something happened back in the day to our friend Federico Zoppini with ABC.
Yeah. Banishing all of the letters. And again, here, you can see why maybe this wasn't the best decision from Vincenzo. He will maybe hold one of those torrential that Bantoro suggested, but if he went for Desires, I'm sure his opponent would have ashed that. And now the Cosmic. Okay. So Cosmic on the field spell. Cosmic, which is one of the few outs he has in his deck to win that in a way. Yeah. Because if they summon it through the season to the Schism, yeah, he can just banish the Schism. But let's see if Walid has other plays. Wow, it doesn't seem like it, and I don't think he plays Mech Knights. So we can assume maybe that's an impermanent.
Yeah, pretty much he can be an impermanence. Maybe he has another Ash Blossom, because there's nothing going on at the moment.
Yeah. And now this seems tough. He will be able to go for the Doodle, chain blocking any possible end trap. And we know that the face downs could for sure be the impermanence. Yeah. He plays one punishment, but that's quite unlikely.
Pretty unfortunate here from Walid. The Cosmic Cyclone hurt a lot for sure. Yeah, maybe he has the impermanence. Maybe he's thinking if activating it or not. He has the Ash Blossom, maybe. Oh, Gamma.
Okay, Gamma. Interesting. So he's thinking about it. An impermanence, which led to me thinking that the Prankids was activated as Shielding Chew, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is not something you see all the time, huh?
Yard drew the driver.
Wow, this is so bad from Walid, unfortunately. You really never want to see the driver, and especially in his deck, it's literally the only dead card he has in his deck. So very unfortunate things here, but it's enough to momentarily stop Vincenzo, and now he really needs to top deck another Meltdown or Alistair. And even so, I think he is in big trouble.
Doesn't look like he top deck what he was looking for.
Yeah.
Shadow Fusion might be huge. Yes.
Yeah, I think he has seen enough, and quite unfortunately, we mentioned how Winda is amazing against Prankids, but when you break, there is not much you can do. The Cosmic Cyclone on the Meltdown shut him out completely, and now it's Vincenzo who is only one game away from advancing to the top 8 and making Bantoro proud. So, looking at the side decks, what do you think he's gonna bring in?
Against this kind of matchup, he doesn't look like super prepared. Because like he has generic cards to play against, like Tri-Brigade matchup, Drytron, or like Salamangreat as well. And he has cards to side in when going first, which is Solemn Judgment. So he doesn't have that much going on, because I mean, I can maybe think about Twin Twist.
Yeah, I guess Twisters. Just because the Winda is the only thing you really fear, with triple Cosmic and triple Twister, maybe that's enough to guarantee you don't see a Winda. On the other hand, Walid will focus on making a Winda. And as well, his side deck is quite unusual. Mostly cards for going second, but a key card, Summon Limit.
Yeah, Summon Limit, I think that is one of these cards that I really like going first. I mean, it can be a sort of vanity emptiness used back in the day, in which you basically put up your field and then you prevent your opponent from, you know, comboing off and putting up his cards. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of the card. The only problem against the other matchups like Tri Brigade, as we saw last round, is that either you use it right away, or when they already set up a graveyard, they can just normal summon a monster and get the Omen. So it's definitely less powerful than it was before, and that's why you don't usually see it anymore. But in this specific matchup, I think it shines quite significantly.
And now what Walid really is looking forward to is to have a Winda on his field.
Yeah, either Winda or Summon Limit are the conditions, but I gotta say, if Vincenzo opens one of his 6 copies of Spell and Trap Removal, I think he might be in a really good spot. So this match is actually gonna be closer than expected. And let's remember, whoever advances will be facing Herman and his Zodiac Tri-Brigade deck in the top 8. So, let's see, there is a super small chance that Walid goes second, but
Yeah.
I would think that's quite hardly the case. Let's see. Definitely looking for Nadir, Meltdown, all of those powerhouse cards he didn't see in game 1. And he starts things off with Alistair, not the greatest, but... Ooh, a response already from Vincenzo in the form of Impermanence. Could this be a replay of game 1? Hopefully for Walid not. Maybe he drew the Invocation. He's gonna go for the Secure Gardener, it seems.
Yeah, if he drew the Invocation here, it will be good anyways.
Yeah. By the way, he's playing, he might be. Usually this is what you do with the first turn Invocation. Instead, he's gonna go for the Ecclesia. So he summoned the Ecclesia, gonna try and search for either the Maximus. But another response, wow. Ooh. Ash Blossom from Vincenzo as well. This is usually the other way around. It's the Invoke deck who goes second and has a lot of end chops. But it seems like Vincenzo is really stopping his opponent at the moment.
Wow, he has Nadir as
Nice.
well. This is very nice.
Yeah, nice. Last but not least, the Nadir Servant, which can give him the Winda. So let's see if Vincenzo, after using so many entraps, still has what it takes to fight back into the game. Because the Nadir is amazing, and as predicted, he actually goes and sends the Up Cologne. So he will get the season to the end.
And this is what we have seen so far today. I mean, all of the players are main decking 10 plus hand traps, and sometimes it's enough, sometimes it's not. So here Walid is still continuing to combo off, and maybe will try to get his hands on a Winda next turn.
Yeah, usually, as you said, end traps are either amazing or terrible. And this game, they are looking more like they could be terrible. Because Walid is not stopping and he has a big advantage. And now, the Maximus, since we are not playing against, another mirror match or Tri-Brigade, is actually going to affect negatively Vincenzo.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's activating Maximus effect, and I think now he will just try to get back the Schism from the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as expected, so Maximus comes down with the construct, you can get back the Schism, and you have such an incredible advantage with the Automatic Engrave too. So, a great start for once by Walid. Instead, Vincenzo sends the big monsters to the graveyard. So the both the rank 4 and the butler, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with the Shadow Construct, he can get back the Schism, and hopefully we will see a window.
Yeah. Again, now it's on Vincenzo's side. The pressure is all on him. He needs to find one of his copies of Cosmic or Twister to stop his opponent from going off.
Yeah, okay, he takes back the Schism.
And the permanents, what?
What happened? No.
Yeah, so now he sets one. And yeah, he just moves to the end phase, activated the Dogmatica. He gets, to the end, so no surprise. Really, really solid stuff here from Walid. The only better opening it could have been is with a Mekaba, but of course, since your opponent used 2 Entraps, I think you can be pretty happy with this.
Yeah, now if Vincenzo doesn't hold a Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twister, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely worrying here. Let's see. Yeah, as we mentioned, either you deal with it before, or this deck literally gets shut down completely by the window. No other way to put it in. And this is what we're gonna see now, I think. You have to flip the Schism here. He's waiting. I don't really like waiting here, but...
And now you chain it, right?
I think he is not chaining
Is he
it,
waiting?
outside of the fact that they should change the zone.
Yeah. No, he still didn't activate. Okay, now he goes with Pandemonium, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Still thinking, really unsure what Walid is contemplating about. I would have done it immediately on the normal summon, probably. But yeah. Now the Pandemonium is flipped, and this is not the greatest for Walid. He does finally flip the Schism. Wow, and the Cosmic is there. Yeah. What a way to play the game from Vincenzo. He's really, really showing up strong here, and yeah, absolutely. Game 1, he kind of dominated, I gotta say. And now in Game 2 as well, he's showing up strong. Shouldn't have been removed, but yeah. Now he resolves the Pandemonium. He has to resolve even the other Prankets in grave for the first Link summon, I believe. So, absolutely great stuff by Vincenzo. And now an Ash Blossom, which surely helps, but we gotta see if the Dogmatica in hand will be enough, the Fleur, to keep Walid in the game. That's, I think, yeah, one of the 2 cards remaining in his hand. And he will use it now. So he summons it to negate the rocket, I believe.
Yeah, once again, Cosmic Cyclone did his job.
Yeah. I'm not sure whether Vincenzo actually missed one of the Prankets activation earlier, because the Ash should have been used on the second one, but he already had one waiting in the background, let's say. So I think Vincenzo might have actually forgot about one of the Prankets activation, which is a shame. And now plays back to Walid, who I think is happily activating Maximus again. So, game still far from being over, although the Cosmic was good.
Yeah, now, Walid can activate the Maximus once again. Let's see if he top deck, something good. Maybe an Alistair or a field spell.
I mean, he can already just try and play out with what he has. Of course, the rocket can be used to bring back 2 monsters. But I think Walid is definitely more comfortable than he could have been at the beginning of last turn. And yeah, Maximus is activated. He can send an Elder Entity, for example. And no matter what, it's gonna be really annoying. So we see the impermanence. Yeah, he didn't really have a choice. The last card we knew was impermanence, and he just used it on the Maximus. So we now see Walid switching everything to attack. And yeah, just entering the battle phase. Unfortunately, we'll be able to get rid of everything Vincenzo has. Big turnaround from Walid. So now Vincenzo hoping to top deck any Prankid. And that the last card in Walid's hand is not anything useful. He has 2 cards remaining, by the way. And one of them is... Ooh, interesting. Secret Village. Something we have not seen in a very long time.
Yeah. This is something that we don't usually see during tournaments, but we were lucky enough to see these cards being played today.
For anyone not knowing, it says that if you control a spellcaster and your opponent doesn't, then they cannot activate spell cards, which is huge against a lot of decks, and he's enough here to guarantee Walid the game. So, well played by Walid. It seemed like the Cosmic Cyclone might have been enough, but he played around Impermanence and Ash and still came out on top. So, 1-1, we are gonna see a game 3 to declare the last winner of the day, and what a way to do it. So now everything changes. If you're Walid, what do you side in?
Yeah, if I were Walid now, I think that he knows that he's going first. So I would side in yeah, I mean, he will go second while his opponent goes first. So maybe Lightning Storm is okay, Nibiru as well.
For sure, yeah.
So I mean, these would be the cards that I would set in if I were Walid.
You definitely side out the Secret Villages, and maybe you can still keep the summon limit going second. I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
But I don't think you change much if you're Vincenzo.
No, if you're Vincenzo, maybe I would just side in the Solemn Judgment, and that's it. Yeah.
He has the 3 Solemns going first, which are always really solid, but outside of that, his deck is already made to go first, so we won't see many changes, and it's all gonna be decided again on a number of things like Entrops, but definitely I want to give the advantage to Vincenzo when he starts, because Winda is the main card he fears, and that's not there for Walid now.
Yeah, Winda would have been the main issue for this match, but fortunately enough for Vincenzo, there was the Cosmic Cyclone before. Not enough, but nevertheless, here he has the advantage of going first with Prankits. So if Walid doesn't pick up any of his Entrap, he could be in trouble. We will see. We will have another game 3 for today, and we have seen a lot of all of the other Prankits matchup being played with the game 3. So hopefully we will have a nice one also this time.
Yeah, so guys, once again, one last game for the day to find out who will be the opponent of Herman Hansen in the last match for tomorrow's top 8. And no matter what, they are gonna play against his Zodiac deck with Tri-Brigades. So I think if you're Herman, you're probably... I'm not sure even if you're rooting for Vincenzo, I guess. But, yeah.
Yeah, because we have seen that playing against Prankits is always not a pleasure, let's say.
Yeah.
So maybe if I were Herman, I would prefer to play against Dogmatica.
Fair enough, fair enough. But now it seems like they are finally ready. So let's see who will be the last winner of the top 16. Vincenzo most likely going first and trying to set up his Pandemonium into Butler. But for now, we have seen multiple end traps coming down from both of these players every game. So let's see if Game 3 will confirm this trend. Okay, so once again, we see Vincenzo, this time opening up with place. Solid start, it allows you to get any of the prank hits as we already seen previously. Gonna just normal summon one of them. Yeah. And go into Meow Meow. That's the case, and now the first turning point of the game is Walid able to negate these prank hits. He is, so Ash Blossom comes down. And this is already hurting Vincenzo quite a bit, and he's already stopped. Wow. Sets 1 and pass, and here we can see once again, I think, why the only prank hits who advanced to the top 8 is the one that has been maining 3 copies of Parallel Exceed. I think that decision is actually crucial and will pay off significantly. Lightning Storm is used, destroying impermanence.
Yeah, this is the first time that we see Lightning Storm being played this weekend, and now that Walid has his space, hopefully Vincenzo doesn't have multiple hand traps to stop him, but we'll see. Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, what really hurt Prankis this weekend was the very first hand trap on the monsters.
Absolutely, it's a common trend, and Vincenzo is surprising even more because he's the only player this weekend not playing Called by the Grave. Yeah. And that's a really, really interesting decision to me because the card acts as a trap against most decks as well. And now Walid is in his driver's seat. But again, another end trap from both sides. So the trend does confirm it in Game 3. And let's see if this will be enough to stop Walid. Nonetheless, he had the opportunity of using cards like the Dogmaticas and the Nadir, but I don't think he has them. So he just crashes, and this is trouble for Walid.
Yeah, this is a big trouble for him, because if now Vincenzo can proceed to combo off and Walid doesn't have anything else, he's in trouble. So maybe he has some other traps in his hand or other hand traps. Let's see what he does. Oh, okay. He passed turn.
Yeah. So now he picks up a card and he normal summons the Prankid. Goes into the Meow Meow, and again, once again, we are going to see and ask whether Walid has a response.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate because Walid seemed to be like pretty confident with his hand, but once again Ash Blossom was there, and I think it was the hand trap of the weekend so far, and it stopped and shut it down completely. All player strategy. And right now it seems like Walid doesn't have any other sort of interruptions, and if this is the case, Vincenzo will be free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, so seems like things are going much better for him now with the Doodle, and yeah, this is pretty happy if you are a Vincenzo fan, and we'll see if the trend again for Italians keep going well, because for now 2 out of 2 advance to the top 8, and this might be the third doing it, so we might have a big streak going on. So let's see if that repeats itself, or I just jinx it for Vincenzo. For now, I think he will take it a little bit more chill, use the Doodle second effect to get back 2, and he's pretty much in control. Just gonna set a few cards and end. Yeah, solid Yu-Gi-Oh from Vincenzo here. Walid with his back against the wall has probably one last draw to fight back into this duel. If it is anything, it must be something like an Adir Servant, and a second Alistair is a decent way to start.
Does he have another Ash Blossom?
Wow, he does. Oof. Two Alistair met by two Ash Blossoms. Oh, I'm not feeling too confident if I'm Walid, but we can assume that one Alistair was already in hand, since he didn't play many cards, so he still can rely on the top deck from the turn.
And now Walid, yeah, if he didn't pick up another Servant or like a Dulmatica Monster, it's not going to be easy for him. Especially because Vincenzo has a Pandemonium, and let's see if now Walid can come up with a solution.
Yeah, he just enters into Almirage and probably the Security Guard now. If he has a Dogmatica, he will just use it here. I think he has 2 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So again, not the greatest. Vincenzo, even though he doesn't have the third Frankids, he could just go for the Weather fusion and just get so much advantage going on. Let's see if that's the case. Okay, at least the invocation is there, so he can hard activates it. Now Vincenzo gotta think if he wants to chain something. I'm not even sure if there is a light at the moment in the graveyard from Vincenzo. It doesn't seem so.
Yeah.
So maybe he could get and banish the Doodle, I guess, which could be interesting to just get the Book of Moon effect with the Raging, but let's see.
Yeah, I don't see any other good solution because there's no light in the graveyard.
And I think we can assume that the top deck was the invocation. So, wow, Driver 2 out of, again, you already had it in the game 1, and unfortunately Walid draws the Driver once again. This at least allows him to go for Mekaba, but with only 1 card in hand, this is quite tough. And now Vincenzo can try and think some mind games, but at least Walid is still in this game. Do you think he uses the Pandemonium here?
Well, we don't know the other back row. If he has, for example, Impermanence, I think
Vincenzo is super happy with this, but otherwise we will not see.
Yeah, you can probably wait, I guess.
Yeah.
It's especially if you really have Impermanence, I think there is no need to use it now. No need to panic. You can just combo off during your next turn, but seems like Vincenzo is really thinking about it. Yeah, he activates it. Okay.
Yeah.
He does activate the Pandemonium, and his opponent chains the Almirage, even though there are only 2 cards, so there wasn't the option to go for the Butler, but only for the Weather. And that might be a little bit of a miscalculation here from Walid, who should have kept the Almirage, especially because it's useful if he wants to try and attack over something. Okay, so no response, it seems like. So the Prankids will actually resolve. And this just got a little interesting. So Vincenzo can get to summon 2 monsters. Walid is pretty much relying on this Mekaba to carry him throughout the rest of the game. And who knows if that's gonna be enough.
Yeah, now I think that, I mean, it would be... I mean, this is okay for Walid because there's no Butler, right?
No, absolutely.
So, Yeah, he has the Mekaba, he has the Leicester in his hand. Maybe he can just hope that the set of Vincenzo is not like a game changer.
Yeah, so now he's explaining the weather effect to his opponent. But for now, he can just resolve 2 of his Prankids. Again, this is where the matchup kind of turns into what the original Prankids deck did, where you just put a lot of monsters on the field and you know that your opponent cannot attack all of them. Which is funny enough because Invoked is one of the decks which has access to Purgatrio, which is one of the cards that could, just like Asura back in the day, attack all monsters your opponent has. But this is not gonna be the case for Walid, which is now stuck into a weird spot. I guess you just swing over the fusion.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Did he attack over the Roxys? Maybe.
Let's see. So we are now gonna see the Meow Meow being banished. Again, hopefully Walid took that into consideration. Walid, you know, Meow Meow being probably the best card by far in the deck.
Yeah.
Not only allowing any normal summon Prankids to combo off, but also providing this extra utility in the graveyard is such an incredible card. Okay, but I think he's trying to negate the Meow Meow, which is not really possible because it's continuous. So, again a misstep, I think, by Walid here. Which... I don't know, it's probably due to the reason that we didn't know, but he banished it because he activated the weather. So
okay.
he activated the weather,
Yeah,
paid the
yeah,
cost with the Meow, and then he got negated by the
negated.
Nibiru.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
So this is not that great, actually, for Vincenzo, right? So now, I think, how many cards does he have? One? One?
Yeah, I think Wally does the Leicester in his hand.
And that's it.
And that's it.
So one more negation and Vincenzo is left top decking. So maybe this game is actually closer than we expected. The time is still quite far. We have more than 20 minutes available. And now if he goes for another Meow Meow, he can just use the Mekaba to negate the Prankids. I think you do it every time.
Yeah,
like,
for
no
sure.
way to risk
For
it.
sure, yeah.
If they top decked another Prankids, whatever,
Okay.
you can't risk it. So here I think you always negate with the Mekaba.
Yeah.
It does, and let's see what the card top decked by Vincenzo is. It's gonna be a set.
And now it becomes a very close game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is now looking much better for Walid, because every top decked monster, I believe, guarantee you the freedom to just have another turn attacking. So the only card that would have been good by Vincenzo is an impermanence top decked. So maybe that's one of them. But outside of that, I think I'm levitating towards Walid now.
Yeah. Very unfortunate. We thought that maybe Vincenzo was sitting in a good spot, but
It's a back and forth one,
Yeah.
so it's again both waiting for something good to happen. But we talked a lot about Winda, and apparently Mekaba was just there in front of our noses, and it was all that was needed for Walid to take control here. Again, a swing, and again, really confidently attacking. He passes. Vincenzo, desperate to get a monster, is now risking it a lot because he's down to 4,000 life points. And just...
Did he pass?
Wow, he passes again. So now any normal summon from Walid can actually guarantee him the game. It seems like it was all over, but no. Even an Alistair wouldn't be enough. So one last turn for Vincenzo. Can he pick up any useful card to come back into the game? Or is Walid just gonna ride this Mekaba all the way to top 8? Let's see it. There is no more waiting. Vincenzo enters main phase.
I'm wondering what did he draw in the last turns, because he didn't activate anything.
Okay.
Okay.
And he starts things off by using a Pandemonium. Okay, this is a great way to start, by the way. Not much your opponent can do, but he negates it with a spell, and this is risky. Ooh, and the Gamma! What a way to start, but... What a way. Pandemonium. The only... Yeah, because how many materials does he have? Because he only has 1 or 2 cards in hand, that's my only doubt. Because if he has 1 card... Yeah, he does. So, he uses...
Okay.
Yeah, the Shoe Prankets in hand. Wow, what a draw from Vincenzo. This is insane. We really were waiting because we didn't know if he had enough, but he top decks Pandemonium, Shoe Prankets, and then in the last turn he top decks a Gamma, which is the card exactly necessary to just negate the Mekaba. What a turnaround.
Whoa.
And now his opponent shows him the Gamma. And, yeah. Did he activate anything? I think one of the...
Yeah, one of the...
Yeah,
Prankets.
one of the Prankets, the second one... I mean, if you're Vincenzo, you don't even need to activate anything.
Yeah,
You could have just attacked
this would have been enough, right?
for
When
game.
But, yeah.
So, again, Walid with his own Gamma. Trying to stay alive. But... At least one of the Prankets is gonna resolve, and I don't see how Walid comes back from this. What a blowout. The Gamma on the Mekaba really, really taking us by surprise. We were both giving the advantage strictly to Walid by that point, but Vincenzo, what a turnaround.
We were not expecting this to happen, but yeah, maybe... Yeah, if he didn't activate the Prankets, maybe it would have been over, right? 25 plus 1,000, 35, yeah. But, yeah, anyways, how the game changed incredibly quickly, we were not expecting it at all.
Yeah, but this still seems like it's outside of playing around on Ibiru, which you already discarded a copy of, so could be in the end. It's gonna be Vincenzo game every time. But it just ends, so he doesn't want to risk it at all. Vincenzo plays it super safe. He just says, okay, you know what? End phase, banish both. So it's on Walid's side now to top deck something useful. And he does, wow, with the Dogmatica Fleur. What a game.
This game is crazy, yeah.
And he doesn't use the rocket, meaning he can now negate and attack over it. What a turnaround from Walid once more. This game does not seem to end the surprises. And wow. What a game again. Probably the most exciting and back and forth one of the day, and we had plenty. But now finally, do we have the third copy of Meow Meow, or were they all used already? Yeah, I think he's out of copies. Unfortunately, Vincenzo out of copies. Now in a pretty bad spot. He's slowly giving back the game to Walid, who seems with his shoulders just around the wall, against the wall, and I think Vincenzo has seen enough. He doesn't really have anything left. He shows his opponent the Lancea. He picks up his card, and after an incredible and long final duel in game 3, Vincenzo unfortunately loses the initial advantage, picks up his card, and is Walid, who wins 2-1 and is the last player to advance to the top 8. Congratulations to both, and let's go back to us for the post-match discussion.